The cruise liner glided smoothly over the shimmering surface of the Yangtze River, a massive vessel filled with curious tourists eager for tales of history and mystery. The air was thick with humidity, and the setting sun cast an orange glow over the river. Eager to entertain, the tour guide, an elderly man with a face weathered by time and eyes that sparkled with the wisdom of legends, cleared his throat. "Gather around, dear guests, and let me tell you the tale of the ghost bride of the Yangtze River," he began, his voice dripping with mystery. The tourists, mostly unaware of the local folklore, shifted in their seats with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Many years ago, a local woman by the name of Mai Lin was set to marry her beloved on the night of the full moon, the guide continued, weaving a tale as the river hummed softly beneath them. It was supposed to be a night of celebration, but fate had other plans. A violent storm churned the waters that fateful evening. Among the clamor of celebration, Mai Lin's screams went unheard as she fell into the turbulent waters, her beautiful red wedding dress swallowed by the river's depths. He paused for effect, observing the various reactions among his audience. Some leaned in, captivated by the sorrowful romance, others chuckled, treating it as mere superstition. "They say her spirit still haunts these waters, forever longing for the wedding she was deprived of," he concluded. One young man snorted in derision, nudging his companion. "Ghosts? Really?" he scoffed, as others began to laugh nervously. But as if on cue, the once placid river began to roil. Waves slapped against the hull of the ship, and the sky darkened suddenly, blotting out the sun like a sinister shroud. A shiver rippled through the air, almost tangible in its coldness. Out of the mist that danced on the river's surface, a figure emerged. Her hair was woven with river reeds, and her dress clung to her thin frame, dripping with water. She hovered above the surface, ethereal yet palpable. From the ghastly pallor of her skin, the tourists realized this was no stunt played by the tour operators. This was Mai Lin, the ghost bride. Fear seized those who had mocked her story. The laughter died in their throats as the spectral bride raised a translucent hand, her eyes like twin dark voids. "Why do you laugh at my pain?" she spoke, her voice a haunting melody, filled with ancient bitterness and sorrow. In a desperate attempt to appease her, the guide stumbled forward, pleading with the ghostly presence. "Please, forgive them, they didn't know." But the river surged, echoing with Mai Lin's anguish. Her fingers beckoned as if demanding an apology not from words, but from actions, a gesture of acknowledgement and respect for the spirits of those lost to the river. Finally, one brave soul among the tourists stepped forward. Catherine, a professor of folklore, had joined the tour not just for the sights, but for the stories hidden in the heart of the river. She took a deep breath and, with sincerity, recited an old prayer she had learned, offering peace to the soul of the ghost bride. "May the river carry you in peace," she concluded, her voice steady against the backdrop of the churning waters. The apparition paused, the stormy river calming as she touched the edge of Catherine's hand with a watery caress. Slowly, the mist enveloped her once more, drawing her back into the depths with a silent promise of reprieve. When the river finally stilled and the sky cleared, the tourists remained silent, humbled by the encounter. The guide, though shaken, nodded appreciatively at Catherine, understanding that belief and respect bridged the realm between the living and the beyond. The yacht continued its journey, leaving behind the spirit of the ghost bride, finally at peace, as the sun set serenely over the horizon.